on.
Okay. We do not own the rights to this music, but that is me singing. Good evening, world. Hello, everyone. My name is Jolene Diggs, and I am here on the podcast of Mahogany Roots, My Truth. And want to say good evening to everyone. I hope and pray that everyone is having a wonderful and blessed hump day. I chose Wednesdays because Wednesdays is all about hump day. You get over the hump. You understand what I'm saying? The molehills. You know, we tend to think that molehills are mountains, and they're just that, molehills, the small things. So you can't stress about the small things. You have to have enough faith to know that everything is going to be all right. I am excited to be here with you all on today. We got a few things that we're going to talk about. I have a guest next week. I've been working on my guests, trying to figure out what days are they going to be able to come out on Wednesdays, what Wednesdays works better for them. I'm trying to be able to adjust to their schedules, and I greatly appreciate to everyone that reached out to me, for the ones that said they have no problem with supporting, and if I needed any help, it would be no problem with helping. And I am greatly appreciative towards that. Greatly appreciative towards that. So we want to tell the Father, thank you for another day, because he allowed us to wake up and see it. And if he wake you up to see it, that means you can make it through it. You understand me? And we're going to talk about healing, mental health, journaling, love, narcissistic people, trauma, and life after divorce. Asia. I listen. I do take constructive criticism, and I am grateful for everyone that don't mind sharing with me what I would need to do, what I would need to upgrade on, what I would not need to do. I appreciate all that. But first, I want y'all to see this hat I got on. Can you see it? Yeah, I'm in a warrior mode today. It says, be humble. Stay humble. At all times. You know, stay humble at all times. So, Helen, we got a couple of questions, and if you don't mind, you can call in. You can send your comments on the page, Jolene Diggs Massey, Facebook, Hot Tea Time, Memphis
Hot tea time
Hot Tea Time
on YouTube.
on YouTube. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Now, I don't see none of that on here, and I guess it's going to do what it did last time. It's going to find its way to me.
Do I need to help you? Or you got it? Because Terry said, what's up?
What's up?
If y'all in here, just say hello to Joe. Give her a thumbs up. Let her know you in the room.
Okay. You may have to tag me then.
Okay. You in here. You in.
Oh, it's not showing me on my Okay, but anywho, we're going to talk about starting off healing. That's my boss man, y'all. Oh, we're talking about healing. We have a couple of questions, and if you have some feedback on it, if there's anything that you could actually help me to explain, or you have a question about, and I can explain the best that I can, what worked better for me, or thank you so very much, and what was actually a blessing for me. Yeah. Y'all see I got this t-shirt, this good t-shirt on, right? So I got t-shirts for y'all. I got t-shirts. I got the journal. Mahogany Roots journal. You can write your information in there. You got your little pen on the side. We ain't playing. We not playing. I'm gonna need you to write that truth down. So once you can write down your truth and your thoughts, I promise you, you're gonna be a better person. I as well have cups. $25 for the t-shirt, $20 for the cup, and $20 for the journal. Now we're gonna get into these questions on today. What's up, Michael? Boss man, what's up? What's up? Okay, the first question is gonna be, what does it mean to heal? We're gonna speak about healing on today. To me, healing was such a sure foundation for me. I had to heal in order to be a better person for my children, for my son, for my children. I had to be a better person for myself. So healing played a great part in my life, and I felt that it was something that it was necessary for me to do. You have to be able to heal to be able to move on forward. At a young age, my grandmother, Lillian Kirksey, taught us years. When I was a little girl, forgiving is the best thing that you could do. And it's not for the people that you forgive, it's for yourself in order for you to be able to move on. So I feel like forgiving is a part of healing. And we were always taught that no matter what a person does to you, you still have to allow them grace, and you still have to be able to forgive them for whatever they may have done. Granny used to always say that forgiving shows your character. It shows who you are as an individual. And when you hold on to things, and I'm sure, and I know, I've been there, it's easier said than done. So therefore, you have to do the work. You have to manifest the work for yourself. The next question is going to be, now feel free at any time if you have any questions or you want to give your opinion on what the questions are. If you have something that could be a blessing to someone else, please, by all means, please say what you have to say. Give your opinion. Forgiving and letting go is always good. Exactly, Michael. Exactly. It teaches you that you can make it through that circumstance, and the Bible says to forgive 70 times 7. So that's continuous. You have to be able to forgive. And the second question is, what was the process it took to heal? The process that worked for me was journaling, writing down my thoughts, prayer, fasting, being still, being in a quiet place where I could actually know that it was God's voice that I was hearing. And sometimes your mind be in disarray, be in so many places, so discombobulated. Your mind be kind of everywhere, and you want to make sure that that's the voice that you're hearing. You want to hear that voice clear, and that you understand that it is coming from Him. I was sitting on my patio today, and I was outside, and I was talking on the phone, and I was conversating with a friend, and we were talking, and this young man got out of his car. He had parked, and he got out of his car. He looked over there, and he spoke, "Hey, how you doing, ma'am?" And I was like, "I'm doing well. Thank you for asking." He said, "You got to glow about yourself." And I was like, "Got to be the glow of God, because, hey, that's my keeper." I said, "If you knew my story," I said, "you just see me now, but if you knew my story, you wouldn't understand it." Take a 10-step walk in my shoes. Some of y'all probably would kick them off so quick, because some of that you probably wouldn't be able to handle. Yeah, but what was the process it took to heal? And those were the process that helped me become a better person. Writing things down, journaling, and reading books that I felt like that was informative for me. I can't speak for you as an individual. You have to pick and choose the ones that are best for you. I'm just throwing out some ideas to let you know around about, some things that you'll have to do. And you have to be careful of people that you allow around you in your circle, because some of these folk can be some snakes. You hear me? And you know, you got to keep your grass cut low to see the snakes when they come back to get you. The next subject is going to be about mental health. And the question that I have is, what are signs that someone is mentally ill? That could be on several subjects. Some mental health requires medicine to be medicated. Some mental health requires you to go into the actual building itself, facility, to be taken care of. And sometimes it's a small part of mental health that plays a part in your life when things come at you fast. And it's like the wibble wobble. You know how the little wibble wobble thing we used to have when we was kids, and you hit it and it'll fall back and it'll bounce back up. Sometimes we have to go through that circumstance, and sometimes it makes your mind so cloudy to where all you have to do is sometimes be at a place where you just still, so that you can kind of deal with it. The mental part of yourself, sometimes it is able to be helped through by your own way. My good friend Donna Holmes. Hey Donna, that's a singing girl too, and I'm praying for you as well. Donna has had some grief, and if you could call in, because she's way in Wisconsin, I'm gonna come and visit you too, sis. I've been praying for you, and she lost 2 children, y'all, and please lift her name, call her name out. Unforgiveness causes so much sickness in one's body, and demons get a chance to devour you. And that is so correct. Definitely correct. And Michael Seymour says, what helped him was God. He had to thank God daily until he got better. Exactly. Giving God his just due. Giving God his just due. And he's definitely worthy to be praised. And Mike, I was there too, and it took me some days when there was so much in my mind, going on in my mind, and I would be like, God, I need you to clear some of this cloudiness up, because I can't hear you clearly. So I need you to give me what I need. Give to me what I would need to be able to be still and sit in it and deal with it, accept it, and then move forward. It was some days where I said, when I sat and cried and screamed and hollered, sometimes I would have to go sit in, it would be when Keelan was at school or possibly somewhere else, and I would get a chance to actually free myself from that. But when Keelan was home, I would have to get in the shower. And when I would get in the shower, and I would just, oh my God, cry. But crying is a healing form for you. He said to release it. And holding things in can be a silent killer as well, y'all. You have to be able to learn to voice how you feel. You have to be able to communicate how you feel. Therapy is a must for some of us. Therapy is the one thing that should be at the top of your list when you get to that point where you feel like you can't get past not knowing or not being able to cope with how to deal with things on a daily basis. Therapy definitely helps. I can think back when I was at the point where the marriage wasn't going to work, and I reached out to people, ministers. And I had gotten so bad for one point, and it was like every time I would put something on Facebook, it was always something about me not being able to make it. And then there was a minister that called me. He was like, look, cut it out, because you better than that. You a better person. And you know the Lord, and you know you can make it through this thing. That's just another mountain. That's a mountain that you can climb over. He done already brought you through so many mountains. And I appreciated that. I understood where they were coming from, because I had let it take the best of me. And I was not allowing God to do what he does best, and that was to show up in my life. Show up for me to let them see that there was a better, bigger picture. But I couldn't see that at that time. Baby, I just wanted to cry and go and get on that and put on there what I need to put on there. Because I felt like I had to fight back. You know what I'm saying? But I got receipts. I definitely got receipts. Baby, I got texts, I got phone calls, I got telephone numbers. I got all that. I got every receipt that I need to assure you about a narcissistic person. Because narcissistic people will sell you on everything about them until you learn better. Until you learn, and they come in every form, women and men. Yes, crying helped me. Tammy Brownlee, hey sis, crying can be good for the soul. Yes, it is. It's a release for the soul. Because silently, it can kill you from the inside out. You hear me? And for mental health, we have, what are some signs that we did mental health, I'm sorry. I gotta keep myself up on where I am. I'm learning, y'all. I just told y'all I'm going through this thing blindfolded. I'm stepping out there and I'm doing what he told me to do. So I'm learning as I go. So if I make some mistakes, some mishaps, and all of that, if I make some mishaps, some mistakes, don't talk about me. Just tell me what I need to do best next time. And I appreciate you to the utmost. And what are some activities to improve mental health? Again, those will be the things as far as if it's so severe that you would need the help of a facility, then I think that someone should be able to, you said get rid of the receipts. You don't owe a narcissistic anything. You definitely right about that. Definitely right about that. Michael, I received that. I definitely received that. But just in case they want to come for me, I got them. That's all I'm saying. Just in case. What are some activities to improve mental health? If you have to go in a facility and you have to have that behavior center, then I think by all means, please go. Because that form is very severe. It's to a point to where you are at a point to where you can't basically think for yourself. You have so many things going on in your head and in your mind that's taking control over you, and you're not thinking like yourself. So I really think that behavior centers are best for that. And prayer. Pray without ceasing. Pray every chance you, every second, minute, hour of the day. God will see you through it. I promise you he will. And I'm not speaking I'm not saying what somebody told me. I'm speaking from experience, my own experience. Donna said you have to allow God to speak to your heart and elevate your mind. Mental health is a combination of demons attacking you and your disobedience, in my opinion. Okay. I can see that. Yes, ma'am. I can see that. Pookie Poo. Hey, Pookie Poo. God always has someone to help you look in the mirror and look to him, for he knows our downsizing and our uprising. Psalms 139. Thank you, TT, for that verse, for that chapter and that verse. So we even got people on here that's supplying you with where you can go and find to be at peace. And we greatly appreciate that. Get rid of them receipts. That's how they keep a strong hold on you. And I got you, Mike. I would definitely make sure I take note of that. But they ain't got a hold on me no more. I'm better from that place, and I greatly appreciate that. I thank you for saying that and sharing that, because it can help and will help. I'm going to take hold of that. I'm going to do what you asked me to do. I'm definitely going to do it, because I know that you are a God-fearing man, and I know that you know the word as well. Thank you. Journaling. What is the best setup for journaling? Journaling is just what it is. It's something that you can write all your thoughts in. Your thoughts, your visions. To me, too, another form of journaling is vision boards, because you get a chance to put down your visions on the vision board, and that's a part of journaling to me, because you get a chance to cut out what you're gonna cut out, things that you look forward to, things that you hope for, things that you're praying for them to come into manifestation. And I did journaling when I first went back to school. Well, I went to school during the pandemic. I made the conscious decision to do pharmacy tech. And I ain't gonna say that it didn't kick my tail, because it was a lot to learn with the medicines and all of that, and knowing the definitions of the medicine, what they're used for, and what they help, and all of that, and to have that knowledge. So, but it was a great accomplishment that I felt I had to make during that time, because even though things were unraveling, he was allowing me to still be able to use my mind in a positive set. So that was a part of my journaling as well, going back to school and getting my license for pharmacy tech. And I began to start working in the field of pharmacy at Walgreens, and I learned some things there. I met some people, and some people met me. I've never met a stranger, though. No matter where I go, I've never met a stranger. I'm always, especially people with good spirits that come in. You don't mind helping people with good spirits. If they come in, they need some help, and they want to know some things, or try to find some things out better about their medicine. It's all about how you deliver it. It's all about how you ask a question, all about how you able to speak with the person. So if you come in and you angry and you mad and you mad at the whole world, and the person that you just coming in there to see didn't have anything to do with it, I find that to be a part of sometimes it could be bullying, and sometimes it could be the person that's just not aware of, they're aware but they're not aware of what they're doing, or how they make you feel as a person or individual, until you let them know that this is what you're doing. I feel like how your tone, how you're talking to me, all of that is in a very bad place. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then it says, does journaling improve mental, and does it improve physical health? For me, it did. For me, it did. Writing things down and going back to look at how you've overcome those things, I think it was a wonderful decision that I made, because I was able to go back and look at how far God has brought me. And that gave me a praise. It was a praise on the inside. When I can go back and look at it, I wrote down the things that I said I wanted to overcome, and things that I wanted to let go, and things that I wanted God to bless me with. And I go back and I look at them and I can check them off. Okay, God did it. I can check that off. God did it. I can check the next thing off. God did it. His promises are true. They are true, and they are real. Do you understand what I'm saying? They are true. His promises are true. Pastor Frankie Ray used to say that God's shells are fully loaded. And he got a lot of shells. His shells are in the Word. It's in the Bible. The SHALL. Those shells. His shells are fully loaded. And I am grateful to God, because he has allowed me to talk to you all on today with a smile. Used to be a time I would have been crying and in a deep depression and woe is me. But woe is gone. Woe is gone. For right now, I'm not saying it won't come back, because, we're human. And things do happen. Things come about. Things get you to the point to where sometimes you feel like you can't. Donna said, what advice would you have for young people who claim to love one another but are not happy with themselves? Oh. To claim to love one another but not happy with themselves. They got to work on themselves first. Because in order to love somebody else, you have to love you. You have to work on loving you first. So I had to learn that too. I had to go back and learn how to love Jolene because I didn't love me for a long time. I thought I could find love in people, places, and things. Oh, but God showed me different. You hear me? He let all those things let me down to let me know that he's the reason for all that I have in my life and for how I feel on today because I gave it all to him. When I gave it to him, when I laid down, I said, Lord, I can't do this by myself. I need you to move me out the way. I need you to step in and help me. I need you to carry me through this thing because I can't make it. I look like I can't make it. I can't make it without you. I'm saying that. I felt like once I gave it over to God and I lifted those hands up and I was like, Lord, I was like India Ari song. Foot on the gas and your hands straight up in the air. That's where I was. About to run to the brick wall, honey. But thank God that he stopped me. He allowed me to see. He allowed me to listen. And he allowed me to see myself. To love on myself. To see myself. And I'm telling you, once I stood in that mirror. I mean, just transparently. Standing in the mirror. Talking to myself. Looking at myself and telling myself, you are beautiful. And I love you.
In a long time.
In a long time. A long time. But I thank God that he has, like I said, a flower through the concrete. Hey, Lynn. Hey. But God. That's all I can say, but God. Yes. And another thing that helped me to understand God's goodness and his greatness. We were in an ensemble, guys, ensemble. We were so close. One come forward at the other. I mean, we just had this connection. We had a sister brother connection. Most part. Sister brother connection. And we prayed for each other. We had songs to encourage us. Songs that could see us through some things. My song was I Ain't Got Tired Yet. And I wonder why Junior gave me that song. It was befitting for me because I'm still running this race. And I'm not tired. When I get tired, I guess when he'll be calling me home. So I'll be continuing to give God all his glory. I'll give him all his glory, all the praises, because he's worthy of those things. Didn't have anything to do with me. It was all about God. He's using me as a vessel to help somebody else to make it through this thing that we call life. And life sometimes can get the best of us. Do you understand? Life can get the best of us. These things that he allow us to borrow now in this lifetime, he can come take those things, snatch them back at any time he feel the need to. So don't get wrapped up in the material things. Because the material things can have you at a place to where you feel like you're worshiping those instead of worshiping the Lord. I'm just being honest. I'm just saying what I got to say. I said what I said. So those of you that live life thinking that your car, your house, and all that don't get you into heaven, you probably won't think twice about that. He said, out of all these things, out of all the things that he's commanded of us and asked of us, he said, out of all these things is what? I want what? Love. To love ye one another. Love thy neighbor. Love thy friends. Love their enemies. Love your enemies. You gotta love. Love go right along with forgiving. So once you can do those things, yes, Donna, just know God can break every chain and can and will and has. Yes, I speak it over the life of those that may have chains still surrounding them. Y'all remember the chains that they had on the ship when they brought our ancestors over here? They was locked up in chains, lined up on the ship, on the boat, up under some traumatic circumstances. But they never wavered. They had a language, which was the language of tongues, that some of us may not know or understand. But in those tongues, they gave God the praise. They were praying. They was asking God for favor and understanding to understand why am I taking from what I'm familiar with to the unknown, so we have to look at life as that today. Sometimes he take us from the familiar to show us the unknown. So when you get to the unknown spot, that's when you can't do nothing but depend on him. And when you can totally depend on him and allow him to guide your footsteps, to guide your feet to where you need to try to, this world is not my home. One thing we all got to do, we will be born and we must die. Those two things that we got to definitely do. So I'm all right with that. If he took me tomorrow, I had a chance to be able to let you all know how good he's been to me. I can't take none of these material things with me. They're going to be left here for the family to be fighting over. So therefore, get your will. And first and foremost, make sure y'all get some life insurance. Life insurance is a good thing to have. It helps the people that you leave behind. Life insurance is a good thing to have. And I have some friends that write out life insurance policies, and I'm going to share some things about that as well. I have some more people that I'm going to shout out on here. Tasha McCraven works diligently with the food bank, and she chose to make a sacrifice to help young ladies that may not have things like we have clothing, undergarments, and clothes. And I want to ask that my team, if we could be a blessing to the young ladies that she's trying to help, their teenagers, and I just want to be able to serve. I ask God to allow me to serve whatever it is that I may be able to do. We're here to serve others. If you've made it, if you got something that's a little extra, that purpose is for you to be a blessing to somebody else. For the homeless. If you go by and see a homeless person, you see they're hungry, they're in the heat, give them some water. Go get them a sandwich. I promise you they'll be appreciative towards it. I promise you they will. People are having wars with themselves. God is able. Yes, they are. Yes, we are. Yes, so I just want to be a blessing to the young ladies that she's going to be a blessing to. And
she could put in your chat what some things she needs. It'll probably help.
Undergarments, like young ladies, Brazils, and underwear, and pants, and clothes, and shoes.
We need to know sizes.
I'll get the sizes to you all as soon as she lets me know. I just got by word through somebody else, and she didn't even know I was doing this. I just felt the need to say that we need to be a blessing as a community. As a community. I don't do a lot of things to put them on here for show. If I'm going to have to be a blessing to people, I try not to record it so that other people can see that that's what I'm doing. I just know in my heart that's what I'm doing. And I'm not knocking those that do it. You know, it's just me. I would prefer that God know my heart than man know my heart. That makes a difference to me. Narcissistic people. What are signs that a person is a narcissistic? Can some of y'all throw some of those out at me so we can see what's going on? I'll do a list next week. School is starting soon. Yes, if we could do it back to school. Yes. If we could do it back to school, that'll be wonderful, Tasha. Please give me that information so that I could let my people know. We're thanking you in advance. Control. Keita Bug said control. Hey, Niecy. Control. Yes. And then they'll try to make you feel like you small-minded and you don't know what you talking about. I was almost cursed. I might slip and say a few words every now and then, but they'll try to make you feel like you throw it off. And you be like, now I know good and well. Yes, Donna said control as well. They use reverse psychology and blame others. Exactly. Yeah. Yes. So, control, and they'll say things to you.
Play with words.
That's what I was just going to say. They'll play with words, use words on you as if you don't know what words mean, or you can't be understanding to what the words are. Doesn't hold themselves accountable, and especially don't hold themselves accountable because everything on you. Everything you done. Everything you did, you said it, you made me. You shouldn't have did so. And because you did that made me. But, you moving different, so I'm going to move different. I heard all those things. Thank God that I know the pattern. And, sometimes their patterns are thrown off because they're used to doing the same thing. They'll keep trying to put it on you until you learn about them. Then once you've learned about them, it's time for them to move on. And that's when the, all the other cheating and all that come on in. And they got to go on and put it on somebody else that don't know them. Because you've been to learn all the tactics by that time. You're the problem, not them. Yes, Ebony, you are the problem and not them. That's always. They act as if nothing happened or it wasn't that serious. Yes, Tasha, it wasn't that serious. Put you down to lift them up. Yes, definitely that. Manipulative. Yes, Keita Bug. Definitely manipulative. They'll play on all your emotions. And especially if you that type of person that's a giving person and a caring person, and you're always concerned about others, people will really try to walk on their part, being manipulative when it comes to your feelings and your emotions. But you can't let them stop you. You have to let them know that you see them, though. So then you start popping it back on them. Well, I thought you said so. So then they confused. You done threw them off the game. Then you threw them off the track. Then they don't know which way to go, which lane they want to be in, driving which lane on the wrong side, going up the road wrong, all kind of stuff. But then you let them know. Once you let them know and see that you see them for what they worth, watch how they change on you. Watch how they try to get on out the way then, because you identify them. Easy to get mad when you write about them, and correct. That's correct. So then at that time when you tell them about themselves and you write about them, then that creates you want to walk out the door and go and be out there in the streets. Then you want to leave. You want to go on out there and do what you want to do, what you feel like you want to do for yourself. Yes. And the next question about a narcissistic person is, why is it important to recognize when a person is a narcissistic? Why is it important to recognize when a narcissistic person is narcissistic? It's important because you let them know that they can't run that game on you no more. That you see them for face value. Yeah, I see you eye to eye. I see where you at now. Yeah. So you can't play that game on me no more. So once you start calling them out, they're going to be getting gone. They're going to try to get gone in because they can't stay because you done figured everything out. So, yeah, it's time to go on. You got to move. They got to take that to somebody that don't know no better until they learn better. So you have to know and learn and see the signs of a narcissistic person. Narcissistic people come in all kind of forms. It's gaslighting, all kind of stuff that's out there that's going on. So even if you're in a relationship, boo things, swing things, sway thing, all kind of things. Yes. Most importantly, they are dangerous. They can be very cruel. Yes. They are. And they will get to that point to where they feel like since you've called them out on they BS, then they want to get defensive then they want to try to put their hands and stuff on you. Yes. Been there, done that. So the key to that is, if you're not able to get out in a safe way, they say you can call a number. I think it's the 911 number or whatever the police number is. You call a number and tell them that you want a pepperoni pizza. If the situation is that crazy, So they have a code that you can use for somebody to come out to help you if you call 911 and just tell them that you want to order a pepperoni pizza. That's even if the person is in the house or in your space during that time, and just say that you want to order a pizza. They don't know you calling 911. Just say, I want to order a pizza. And then they'll know that you're calling for that particular reason, that you need some help to escape from this person or whatever person may be doing you any harm. I'm so glad to see all my sisters that's here sharing with me on today. I thank God for y'all. Patricia, yeah, I just can't even say it. I thank God for all of you all. Thank you for the young women and the men that's on here. Men, you have a voice and opinion as well, and you are welcome to voice your opinion. We ain't doing no bashing. We just saying how we feel. We just voicing our opinion.
Because it's also narcissistic women.
Because women can be narcissistic women as well. Yes. I'm just speaking on my behalf, on my experience. But now if you share yours on here, then I'll be able to tell the folk what your question or what your opinion is about what you've gone through dealing with a narcissistic person, or dealing with love, and dealing with anger and life after divorce, and dealing with journaling and healing. Hey, how you doing? I just want to say that life is a, how can I say it?
Just say it.
Life brings about a lot of mind-blowing situations for each individual. Mind-blowing situations, I say that because you have the good, you have the bad, you have the flaws, you have the ugly, the pretty, the not so pretty, and sometimes it ain't too fun of pretty, being too pretty, because then you feel like it's all about you. But life has a way of humbling you. Life has a way of making you get to the point to where you have to humble yourself and stand still. Love. How can you tell the difference between a person that likes you, and a person that loves you? I think that's kind of self-explanatory. It's your actions for me. Because if a person really, really loves you, if there's something that's bothering you or something that they're doing to you, and you voice that opinion to them to let them know that this is hurting me or this is not feeling right to me, I need you to change that.
And sometimes as black people, we get it confused with
We
love.
get it-
We think them buying us things and doing things for us, we feel like
That's love.
love.
Yes.
That's not love.
Right. So sometimes buying things mean that you have intentions on getting something else. Yes. So one thing my daddy taught me is that I could buy my own, and he bought enough for me to understand that, and I think that was my problem, because I was looking for all the men to be like my daddy, and I never could find, one that was like him, because he was unique and different all of his own. Again, I can share my daddy was from New Orleans. He was a Creole, and my father always wore overalls, a pair of boots with the spurs on it, and his overalls always had a nice good crease in it. He wore a plaid shirt, and he always had on a leather or either a blue jean vest with an apple hat. That was my daddy Flo. And that's how you seen him, that's how he came. Yes. And I just feel like the difference between the two, it'll show you. You'll definitely know the difference between liking and loving. You'll definitely understand that, because you could like a person and do some things for them, but love will take you to a whole nother extent. Al Green said it'll make you do some things. You understand? Some things be good, some things be bad. Make you come home, make you stay out all night. Love is. So you do a love is ... and you add your own to it. Love is to you is what? And what do you think love is? How do you describe love? What is love for you? So everybody's love language is not the same. Some people love language is a little bit different. So, because I remember back in the day, women used to say, well, or men used to say, they love me because they hit me. No, I don't want that kind of love. And don't love me too much that you don't want to see me with nobody else. I don't want that kind of love. I don't want that love right there is that superficial love. That's the love that's to the point of no understanding. Because you couldn't really love yourself if you at a place of that nature. And I feel like that's where I was. I had gave so much of me to that person that I allowed to take so much from me. And when I got to the point to where I feel like when we were not together, I felt like I couldn't make it with that person. But I thank God that I'm no longer her. Because I love me. I love me some Jolene. Yes, I do. I love me. Love makes you care not to hurt that person's. Right. You gotta care enough about them not to hurt them. That would make a difference. That shows a difference. Because if you love me enough, I feel like the love that you would show me would be non-comparison to anything else. It'll be tailor-made just for me. That's what I say. It's tailor-made for me. So tell yourself it's tailor-made just for me. That's what we gonna say. Tailor-made. They go for men and women. You know, because you got some women out here that do some stuff too now. They be on some stuff. And they do some stuff. We do some stuff. We have done some stuff. We gonna be on some ourselves now. It's on both ends, men and women. And we're gonna talk about trauma, dealing with circumstances when you were younger, as a child, things that happened that you did not get over. You think there's no way to get over, but I'm here to tell you that yes, you can. How does trauma affect your mental health? To still sit in it and waddle in it and be present in it, I feel like it's a big problem with your mental health because you're still holding on to it. I guess that's kind of like Mike saying with me holding on to them receipts and stuff. If I just let those receipts go, and then I could be able to be in a place where it don't mess with my mental. So, because in my mind, I'm saying, okay, if anything pop off, I got these receipts just in case, you know, in case we got to go to court and all that and do all that. And I got what I need to show that my every point of me taking the steps that I've taken is because of that. Because I have proof of that. Not because I just want to be out of it. Because I waited 3 years for an answer or some understanding or even for a phone call or text or whatever. But now I thank God because we at a point we could talk. We able to talk. We can discuss some things now. I'm just telling my truth. And he got to be all right with me telling my truth because it is what it is. You know, I'm just trauma as a young person, as a young child, played a part in my relationships because I hadn't dealt with it and it had became just like those roots. It became a part of me. It became a part of who I was. It became me daily. I can remember so long ago when I was a little girl. I've always been in church and I was one of the children that would be shouting. Baby, I'd be able to get in it too. Get my shout on. My cousin them used to be laughing at me. I just knew that I was set apart. I was different from the rest. And I always had a praise in my heart for God. And being molested as a child, there were some things that I was dealing with. And I wanted to be able to voice those things. But the person that was molesting me told me if I told anybody or if I said anything, that they would harm my mama and other members of my family. So, but because of that, I could not, as a child, I could not say anything. I had to just allow them to keep doing what they were doing. But when I got to the age to where I was able to say no, and no is a full sentence. Stop is a full sentence. So anybody that violates you to that point, then you make sure you get you some help. No matter what you've gone through or you've going through, you're going to have to deal with life so you can live your life in a peaceful kind of way. Amen. Which is correct. Thank you, Mama. Mama Ann Hines. Queen Ann Hines, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go see my mama sing tomorrow now with A440. I'm going to need y'all to be in the house because she going to do it. I love you so much. Yeah, and dealing with trauma, it deals with your mental health. Dealing with a narcissistic person can deal with your mental health. You could be in a relationship for so long and they can plant seeds in your mind to have you thinking that what they're saying is always right until you get to the point to where you can make a conscious decision for yourself You know, because I know some people been years into situations and circumstances that they've been holding on to their possibility and listening to what their mates have been telling them and knowing that the mates know they weren't right. And by doing and saying things that they were doing and saying, and now you at a point to where you were able to get out of that situation or walk away from that situation to better you because they had a hold on you, I applaud you. I applaud you. I'm not a doctor. I don't have no degree and all that. And I'm just telling you from life experience and the favor of God. The favor of God is over your life. And no one should have control over you but God. No one. Donna said, once you have been freed from all of these things that have kept you in captive, and you find that the true peace, divine peace, you'll do anything to protect what you said. Because I'm not going to allow nothing to disturb my peace where I am now. And if you don't have, I want to be love and peace. Now, if you ain't with that, don't come knocking on my door. Don't come tooting my horn. Don't even DM me, none of that. Because I ain't going to be able to jail with that. I can't get with that. I have a peaceful mind now. And I've learned to heal from my mistakes. I've healed from back then what I had to go through. I'm not going through that same thing because I know, I recognize. I see what it is now. And I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that I feel like that you're doing or how you're making me feel. And if you can't get with that, then hey, we're going to throw them deuces. I ain't mad at you. You can roll on. You can go on to somebody else. Inner peace, mama. You're definitely right about that. Inner peace. And I definitely found inner peace. God has given me a heart to love so many. And if I care about you and I love you, yeah, I got some tender feelings for you. Some tender feelings for you. And I'm praying for you every day, collectively and individually. I am grateful for the people that are in my life for a reason. And for the ones that's not in my life, that may be getting ready to connect in my life. I'm just going to go on speaking in advance. And then my last thing is life after divorce, breakup, circumstance, death, grief, all of those things. Life after all of those things. What is or what was the process of healing after? Mine was, again, I can't express therapy enough. Therapy is the most important thing that you could do. And then when I did therapy with my therapist, she sent me a mood chart in my email. And I still use that mood chart right to this day. It's a mood chart that got a whole lot. It's like a pie. And it's got different things on there. What are your emotions for that day? Happy, sad, angry, want to fight, want to do this. So all of this is on this pie. And it gives you a chance to recognize what that emotion is and how to deal with that emotion. So when you're emotionally intact with your emotions, it's a wonderful thing. People no longer can have control over you because you can no longer control how I'll be maneuvering or how I'll be feeling through the day or about the day. I always say the book that I read was it told me to not take things personal because people have their own thing going on in life. Everybody have their own thing going on in life. So again, have to give people grace, just the same grace that you want people to give to you. You have to allow them to have that grace as well. Donna says, sis, when you learn that being with God is enough, then you have conquered a lot of your pain just through hanging out with God, just you and him, which is correct. Now, ain't nothing like a friend that you can laugh with, honey. And I got some friends that I promise you, I done laughed to where my side done hurt, honey. Side hurt, tears falling down. I am absolutely nothing like that kind of peace, you know. And he's a peacemaker. He'll keep you in perfect peace. See, I'm like in the Bible, the man that stepped out of the boat now. God said, keep your eyes on me. Stay focused on me. But when you lose focus, that wind come by, that strong wind, and you lose focus of what your eyes supposed to be on God, and you lose focus of that. Oh, that's when everything you about to sink then. You about to sink. So you got to stay in the will of the Lord. In the will of the Lord. And I am gonna ask this last question, because we got about 5 minutes in. Y'all have any questions, concerns, anything y'all want to say, feel free to do so. You can call in. The telephone number is 901-828-9698. If you want to call in and say what you feel, how you feel, address how you feel. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. How does or did divorce affect you as an individual or as a person? It affected me tremendously because I felt like I finally had gotten it right. But it was just me that felt that way. Well, I can't say that. He possibly could have felt that way when we first, got married, but I don't know where it was misled or got off the road, where that part happened. I don't know that part. And I'm not even trying to figure it out right now at this time. But I just know that it left me at a very dark place. And it took a lot of therapy and work on myself to get me back to this point to where I am. I feel now that I'm back to myself. You think I'm back to myself, Ian?
I do.
I really feel like I'm back to being Jolene, y'all. Yeah, so y'all better watch out, because, being me is being me. To know me is to love me. Yeah, sometimes I think I could be a comedian. In my next life, I think I'm going to be that comedian, stand on stage and do a couple of jokes or whatever. That's just in my next life. But I love to make people laugh, because I love laughing. Laughing is a beautiful feeling. You hear me? Laughing is a beautiful feeling. Anson, I taught me that there is always an agenda. Correct? It's always an agenda. An agenda is good. Agenda is good. It's good to have. Good to be aware of. So I would like to know, what day or days do you go live and the time, because I missed the beginning. Oh, you can always go back and look at Alicia. That's one of my schoolmates. Yes. Time's going to be 6 o'clock every Wednesday. I chose Wednesdays because Wednesdays is hump day. We're going to get over this thing. 6 o'clock p.m. Central Station Time. 6 o'clock every Wednesday. Brenda said, peace of mind. Peace of mind is a good thing to have. You hear me? Yeah, you can move on a little bit further with peace of mind. When people know that they cannot disturb your peace, they'll stop trying. They'll stop trying when they know they cannot disturb your peace. When they can no longer make you mad about a certain situation or a certain thing, that means they have no more control over you. So with that being said, this has been my truth. Mahogany Roots. I do have journals, y'all. I have cups. T-shirts. Small, medium, large, extra large, 1X, 2Xs. We'll even go up to a 5 if you need one. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it possible. Make it happen. And God is just good. He's just been opening up doors, connecting me with the right people. People that's in this field that know what they're doing. Oh, I just love this. I think that is absolutely beautiful. But this is a journal. You can write your dreams, what's your truth. This book, your name, your mobile, and then it's got pages in it. You can write daily. It's a journal. And I even was kind enough to have y'all an ink pen. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. It's God's doing. I promise you it's God's doing. So yeah, journals are $20. The cups are $20. T-shirts or 25. You can inbox me, and my Cash App is Jolynn Diggs Perry, Perry. Jolynn Diggs Perry. That was the first marriage name. I don't know why it's still there. That's the only thing he wanted me to keep hold to was the last. What's the last name?
Put the cash.
So, hey,
Put the
that's
cash
not
app in there.
his anointed. Love you. I love you.
Put
Put the Cash App in the. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm new to this thing, so y'all just bear with me.
Type it in there.
All right. But to God be all the glory. Thank y'all for tuning in. Tell a friend. Tell another friend to tell some more friends. And tell a whole lot of other friends. Because we're going to make this thing do what it do. I am open to topics on all the things that we talked about today. If you have some opinions and some things that could help somebody else that you could share with us, please feel free to do so. Inbox me. DM me, do whatever you have to do to try to get them to me in a timely manner. I would rather have them by Monday of each week so that I could, have everything together and typed out if possibly, or written down, however it need to be. And I'm going to have some guests on. I'm going to have some guests on that's going to be coming in talking about grief, dealing with the loss of children, loss of family members. I have some people that's going to be coming in talking about life after divorce, trauma, people that's going to be coming in talking about love. I have people that are excited and ready to be a blessing unto you. God bless you. And remember that you are beautiful, and you are beautiful. Bless you. Have a great day.